It's made up of vitamin A, it's made up of vitamin D, it's made up of something called phospholipids, which include lecithin. It's made up of cholesterol. It's made up of sulfur. All of this is incredibly, incredibly important for anti-aging, anti-cancer, skin health, general health, and oh yeah, the doctor will tell you not to eat it. More brain-dead information from the medical model. Vitamin A is also important topically. In fact, it's incredible topically. In fact, it's so incredible topically, it's actually a prescription because it's so effective if it's a little bit powerful. It's called Retin A, although these days there's many forms of it. It used to be called Retin A, technical name retinoic acid. It's going to be difficult to find effective vitamin A products if you don't want to deal with a prescription, but there's a couple options that you have. We will talk about that tomorrow, and we'll continue talking about skin health and acne. There's another very important nutrient, mineral nutrient, that's also important for dealing with acne skin. Nobody has to have acne, and it's easy to reverse. Within 24 hours, it can begin to reverse. Within 6 to 8 weeks for most types of acne, and as you may recall, there's different types of acne, but for most types of acne, you can completely eliminate it theoretically within 4 to 8 months, because for most type of acne, you're dealing with a skin surface cell issue, a skin cell issue, the epidermis, which turns over every 4 to 8 weeks. All right, we'll continue talking about this tomorrow. On the bright side, I'm Pharmacist Ben. Time to hit our phones. 844-236-6010 is our number. Diane, welcome to the bright side. What's up?
Hi, Ben.
Hey, what's cooking?
First, I'd like to mention that we're getting very anxious to purchase or try your new product.
Oh, I'm teasing you a little bit. Should be out here. You know, the website's been a little tricky, and that's the thing. The product's ready to go, but the website is a little bit tricky. Why don't you do this, Diane? Shoot me an email, ben@ksco.com, and put your mailing address, and I'll put a couple things out to you personally. Just a couple prototype samples, pre-sale samples.
Great, I appreciate that.
Okay, what's cooking?
What I'm wanting to talk about mostly is a product, OsteoFX.
Okay.
Been using that, and I have issues with bruising, especially on my forearm.
I think I remember this. This has been going on for a while, hasn't it, Diane?
Yeah.
Did you and I talked about this maybe a couple of years ago, it seems like, no?
I think you're right.
Okay.
But I just wondered, I don't see any vitamin K2 in the OsteoFX.
That's a tricky one. It should be in there, but that's a tricky vitamin. Vitamin K is more... The fatty vitamins, D, E, A, and K, are all tricky. We've been talking about A here, but K is especially tricky. Hang tight, Diane. Got to take a break. But let's talk a little bit about vitamin K and the Beyond OsteoFX. And let me give you some help with the bruising as well, because that's an important sign. Your numbers don't matter, but the bruising, that matters. That's an important sign. So don't go away, Diane. And if you're on hold, hang on. Our number is 844-236-6010. Got a couple lines open for you. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back right after this. All right, we're back with The Bright Side. 844-236-6010 is our number. Got a couple lines open for you. Talking to Diane in Nebraska. Diane, you there, ma'am?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so a couple of things about bruising. It doesn't necessarily mean it has to do with thinning blood. Vitamin K is a blood thickener. It's a blood clotting agent. You definitely need vitamin K for a lot of reasons. To answer your question why it's not in a lot of the longevity products, it's usually not found as an add-in to products because vitamin K is the most potent, or at least one of the most potent of all the vitamins, and it works in conjunction with vitamins D, E, and A. All the fat-soluble vitamins work together, DEAK, D, E, A, and K. So you want to make sure if you're taking vitamin K, you're using all the fat-soluble vitamins. It's not advisable just to take vitamin K, and that's probably why you're not going to find it in a lot of multi-supplements, although you probably find it in a multivitamin, of course. Vitamin K is a clotting vitamin, as I say, but it's also very important for bones. If you have a problem with bruising, the chances are very good that you have a bone problem also. And the reason is, and this is what I was kind of leading to at the beginning of the program, is because the tissue that makes up your blood vessels is the same as the tissue that makes up your bones. It's called connective tissue. And even though the bones look very different, obviously, than blood vessels, from a tissue standpoint, which is where health and lack of health show up or come from, they're the same. So chances are very good that you have a problem with your bones if you have a problem with your blood vessels. I would be considering, Diane, that you have an issue more with blood vessels than you do with blood. Now, how do you know? How can you tell? Look for other symptoms. Do you have problems with your bones? Do you have problems with your digestive system? Because all of the stuff that you need for bones and for blood vessels and connective tissue is absorbed in the digestive system. Do you have a liver problem? And by the way, if you have a liver problem, you're not going to make a very important blood protein as effectively, and that can cause your blood to thin. So you can see there's all these factors that are involved. And if you try to brain damage it by isolating every specific factor, you're going to go nuts. Or you're going to end up with going to the doctor and getting diagnosed and tested and MRI'd and all the other things that doctors do because they can't figure out what's going on in your body. So if it was me, this is what I would be doing. Number one, in addition to making sure you have your whole entire Mighty 90 essential nutrients, you want to make sure that your blood is circulating correctly. If your blood does not circulate correctly, and this follows inflammation and digestive problems and toxins getting into the blood, it can leak. This is one of the problems that people have under their eyes. When you see purple under the eyes, or you see pooling under the eyes, that's blood vessels, blood that's not circulating appropriately and leaking out of the vessels. So moving your body around, deep breathing techniques, and eliminating digestive health issues. It always comes down to the digestive system on one level or another. That's going to be strategy number one, in addition to making sure, of course, you're taking your Mighty 90 essential nutrients. You want to make sure you're absorbing your protein and getting protein. There's a protein called albumin, as I say, that's found in eggs. It's found in whey. Your liver makes it. Making sure you're getting enough and absorbing your protein would be the second thing that you want to do. And then the third thing you want to do is start to strengthen your connective tissue. Protein will help, but vitamin C may be the most important of all the connective tissue vitamins. That's the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. And you might want to take some extra vitamin C anyway. The glucosamine glucogel caps are also very effective for helping build up connective tissue. The combination of the glucogel caps and vitamin C is also important. You might want to consider bone soup, eating cartilage-containing products. This can all help strengthen the blood vessels as well. So Mighty 90 essential nutrients, absolutely. I would be taking a little extra vitamin K, maybe 1,000 to 5,000 micrograms a day. Look for vitamin K2 because vitamin K is made by bacteria in the intestine from the activity of fiber. Bacteria eat fiber, if you will, and then they produce what they need to produce. So making sure you're getting enough fiber, making sure you're getting your biolumin nightly essence, making sure you're eating fermented food, and correcting any digestive problems is also going to be important. And then vitamin C. In addition to the glucogel caps, making sure you're getting enough protein and absorbing your protein, and then move your body around. Get yourself on a treadmill or a mini trampoline, a rebounder. That's what I'm trying to say, and move your body around. So many things you could do, Diane. So many. None of them require a doctor. And guess what? There's nothing a doctor can do for you anyway. So even if you start doing a little bit of those things, you should notice that you're not bruising as readily. And don't ever let anybody tell you bruising is normal, a normal part of aging. That's what the doctors say. It's a normal part of aging. No, it's not. It's a sign that your blood vessels are starting to break down and you're having a problem with your circulatory system. Hope that helps, Diane. I want to move on and get to some more calls. Any other questions you have for me?
Yes, and I wanted to mention, yesterday you mentioned arginine, and when you use it to have protein.
Take it with protein, yes. I probably said that. I don't remember that, but I'm sure I said that. Protein with your arginine. Arginine is an amino acid. When you eat your protein, you mobilize your amino acid absorbing and amino acid processing chemistry. So if you take your arginine and protein together, it'll be easier for your body to use the arginine.
So just mix the arginine like in a protein
with your
smoothie.
Whey, exactly, and with some apple cider vinegar maybe after your smoothie. Okay, thanks, Diane.
All right.
Don't put apple cider vinegar in your smoothie. That's not going to be very tasty. But after you're done with your smoothie, do some apple cider vinegar. Frank, what's going on? Frank in Wisconsin. Welcome to the bright side.
Thank you, Ben.
What's up? Frankie, cheesehead. What's up, my man? Good to hear from you.
What's going on?
How you doing?
Wanted to say thanks for everything and helping me years ago with my fatty liver disease, reversing that, and my GERD. And you helped. I actually helped my brother. He had a gallbladder taken out. And he just got tired of it, and he asked me what I could do, and I said, listen to you, and like a week later, not even, he was like, he feels brand new, so I really
that's
appreciate
awesome.
that.
Oh, thank you. You know, I don't want to take credit for this because it's just the information. The information's out there. I'm just telling you, I'm just talking about what is already out there, what I personally seen in my life, of course, as well, but it's not me personally. It's the information. It's available to everybody. But thank you. I appreciate the kind words, Frank. Anything I can help you with?
Your Omega cream, you sent me a sample. That stuff is great.
Thank you.
My
Omega 6.
Glowing.
That's awesome. Omega-6 healing cream. You know, I'm going to be selling it. I've been using it now for a while in my practice, but I'm going to be selling it as a healing cream for burns and for cuts and for scrapes. But you're right. It is actually a very powerful anti-aging product, and your skin will glow. Frank, shoot me an email with your address. I'll send you out another sample.
Thanks, bud. Have a great week.
Take care, Frank. Good to talk to you, man. All right. Love success stories. That's awesome. Let's see. Let's go to Texas. John, what's up? How you doing, man? Welcome to the bright side.
How you doing, Ben?
Doing good. What's going on?
I have foamy urine.
Say again. You cut out there for a second. You have what now?
Foamy urine.
Foamy urine. Protein, it sounds like. Foamy urine. Anything else going on? You must have some other stuff going on. Protein foams, by the way, and that's probably why you have your foamy urine. But what else is going on?
That's about it.
Yeah, you gotta look. Nobody's just gonna have foamy urine unless you put foam in there or something.
Right, constipation.
I'm sorry, I've had a hard time hearing. You said constipation?
Yeah.
Okay, you got a digestive problem more than likely, and now you may have a kidney problem too. Protein is getting into the urine through the kidneys. So if you have a long-standing digestive problem, that can ultimately lead to blood sugar issues, and that can start to damage the tiny blood vessels in the kidneys. So let me ask you a couple of questions here. How old are you, first of all?
39.
39. Height to weight, approximately. You don't have to tell me exactly. Height to weight.
About 200, 6 foot.
6 foot, 200. And did you start to gain weight as you got a little older? Were you lean and mean when you were younger and then gain weight as you were older? Were you always 6 foot and 200?
Yeah, I gained some weight.
Okay. You probably got some blood sugar problems, and that's what I'd be focusing on first. Blood sugar problems very often follow digestive health issues, and if you've been constipated for a length of time, the chances are good that you've been eating the wrong food, and now you've got some blood sugar problems, and that's causing some kidney damage, and that's where the protein in the urine is coming from. It's a very important issue, though, and something you want to be paying attention to, especially if it goes on for a while. So hang tight, and I'll give you some answers. If you're on hold, we'll get to you and come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben, 844-23. Urine. And by the way, we have lines open, 844-236-6010, 844-236-6010 is our number. Excuse me. Protein in the urine can be a serious issue. Protein is typically filtered out for the blood. Most proteins are too big to get filtered through the kidneys. Most proteins are too big to get through the kidney filter. So there shouldn't be any protein in the urine, but once the kidney starts to break down, things can get into the urine, and that's an indicator that kidney disease is occurring. Kidney disease is an epidemic, and kidney disease, chronic kidney disease, usually results from some problem with blood sugar, although sometimes high blood pressure can be involved. Sometimes local inflammation can be involved. But you always want to regard kidney issues first and foremost as a blood sugar issue, and then secondly as a digestive issue, as you want to involve. This is all health issues. Kidney disease is not different from anything else. Digestive, blood sugar, and then if you want to throw something else in, throw in chronic, long-term psychological, mental, emotional, spiritual stress, or any stress. So you want to deal with protein in the urine you want to foamy urine if it were protein in the urine as if it were a kidney problem as if it were a digestive condition, diabetes condition, and perhaps a stress, a lack of oxygen or some kind of inflammation. These are really the only things that cause disease: digestion, blood sugar, oxygen. And then you get into inflammation, which makes the digestive system worse, digestive problems worse, the blood sugar problems worse, and the oxygenation problems worse. This is everything. Everything. You got to focus first on foods. Eliminate problem foods. Just fasting alone for most inflammatory health issues, just not eating for 1 or 2 days, for most inflammatory issues, you can get positive response. You can get symptomatic relief. Now, obviously, you have to eat. You can't stop eating forever. So then when you reintroduce your foods very carefully, and you reintroduce your foods one at a time. You reintroduce your foods piece by piece. Try not to eat foods that have, when you're doing this reintroduction, try not to eat complicated foods that have a lot of working parts. Try just to eat, instead of a tuna fish sandwich, just have some tuna. Instead of a chicken salad sandwich, some chicken. Instead of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, just some peanuts. In other words, the more simpler your food choices are, the easier it's going to be to assess your reactions, what you're reacting to. Use probiotics. Use anything you can do for digestive support. Eat less food. Caloric restriction. Even if you're not fasting, just caloric restriction. Make sure you're getting fiber. Make sure you're using your Vitamix to get veggie juices. All of these can help you correct digestive problems pretty darn quickly. And fermented foods like sauerkraut and miso and tempeh, etc. Get a book called The Art of Fermentation. Then the blood sugar issue is involved. As we said so many times, sugar is a toxin. Sugar will clot the blood. Sugar will break blood vessels too. Sugar will cause broken blood vessels in the kidneys. The kidneys filter the blood. If you have kidney issues, you got blood issues. If you've got kidney disease, you've got a blood problem. That means sugar, and that means digestive again. So it all comes down. Sugar, blood sugar problems, digestive problems. And then, of course, if you have problems